last 2 weeks ago, while I was on an Instagram Live, I attempted to sing a popular TikTok dance, and I recited the N-word, and it was a part of the song. I initially didn't even know what was happening, because I know it is wrong to say the N-word in a song, and I couldn't imagine that I had used it, and so I immediately denied it. It is a word that I always admit, like in the case of the F word, when I was on the live. I tried to defend myself, but between being intoxicated, which I'm also not proud of, and just being embarrassed and confused, I just made it a whole lot worse. And it really wasn't until that next morning that reality really set in, that I had said it. And I, at that point, was just there was just a rush of emotions. I was embarrassed. I was disappointed, and I felt so just so much shame on me. And so at that time, I decided that I initially would issue a statement apology, and that apology was from my heart and in my own words, but it was never, ever, ever supposed to be the end of the conversation, just the beginning. But I knew that if I wanted to be for my sincerest self, I had to put in some work, and I had to go through a process. And I think that's probably why people are like, why now? And I know there's probably a lot of comments that I can't follow them all right now, but why now, and why did it take me so long? And the fact is, I had a lot that I needed to figure out, and it is abnormal what I did. Most of the time people apologize, that whatever apologize it is that they put out, that's it, and then they hope it goes away. But what I did, I don't want it to go away. What I did was something extremely serious, and I did not want to continue repeating this long history of white people not taking accountability and responsibility for their actions when people of color, black people, call them out on their behavior. And that is just not something that I wanted to be a part of. But to do that, I had to understand. And so I've been on a journey the past 2 weeks. Up until this experience, I've realized that I've never had harder critical conversations about race. I have been journaling a lot, and I kept thinking, why did I say this? I don't know why I said this. I don't say that word. I don't sing that word. And I was journaling and praying one day, and one scripture really just hit me in my heart, and it was, out of the abundance of the heart the mouth sing. Out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. And I thought to myself, okay, if I can say this word slipped out of my mouth, then what slipped into my heart? And that was a really serious realization to have in a moment I don't think I'll ever forget. And so for the past 2 weeks, I've been completely focused on educating myself. I actually decided to hire an educator who has been helping me with one-on-one support, asking the hard questions, and really helping to helped me understand the things that I've never even been taught or learned or have been a part of my education like ever before. And this is the people that I've been working with. They research, educate, and facilitate these kinds of conversations about these issues every single day. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to work with them. And even though I have been in this same room for 2 weeks, educating myself, sorry, my phone, I have just begun to scratch the surface on that education, but I've gotten a lot of good insight. I've been reading things like white fragility and why I no longer talk to white people about race, and listening to podcasts like 1619, watching videos of people like Jane Elliott, who is like the most amazing boss lady ever when it comes to being an advocate for anti-racism, and Brian Stevenson, and just talk about these issues of racism and what we need to unlearn and what we do and how do we address harm. And that's just really leaning into and being vulnerable and honest about the things that we don't know. And to be honest, I didn't know a lot. And the thing is, I don't want to be ignorant anymore. I don't want to be an ignorant white girl who uses the N-word. But I also don't want to be someone who goes on their platform intoxicated and engages in their platform that way. And I've learned that I have to take a lot of responsibility and accountability for my actions. Let's see, I might have forgot something. I'm really sorry. I've learned that, and one of the videos that I watched was of, I hope I say his name right, I've been practicing it, but Ta-Nehisi Coates, and he was incredible. And one of the videos that I watched him was actually addressing this exact subject of when a white person sings the N-word in a rap song. And it was obviously illuminating because it was what I did. And it made me realize that there's just so much more cultural and historical context that I didn't know before that makes it so inappropriate. And it was just a really powerful message and moment for me to just understand not just what I said was wrong, because I know what I said was wrong. I knew that was wrong, but really being able to feel in some way and understand the hurt of why that word is so inappropriate. I haven't been on my social media in the past 2 weeks at all, but I do want to say something to my fans. It feels really weird to be able to say fans. But I'm really thankful for people who believe in me and support me and want to do that. But I have to be very clear on this. Do not, if you want to support me, do not defend me. What I did, what I said was indefensible. And do not send hateful messages to people who are holding me accountable. If you want to support me, then just continue to encourage me to be better and go on this journey with me. I have so many resources now and have been educated in a way that I never have before, and has lit a fire inside me to not be a part of this problem anymore. And you shouldn't either. And take the resources that I have and let's learn and be better together. But I don't need anybody to defend me for what I did, because what I said, what I did was wrong. But I'm hoping that what I did was wrong, but what I didn't know even before is the worst part of it, and it's the ignorance. But I'm no longer ignorant, and I'm no longer going to be a part of the problem. I know a lot of you are disappointed in me, and trust me, I've been very disappointed in myself. But I know just these words don't fix anything. My granddaddy always used to say, sorry doesn't fix it. And sorry doesn't fix it. But I promise that when you learn the things that you didn't know before, it changes your heart and your convictions like never before. And I promise you that I will not be a part of the problem anymore from ignorance. I will be a part of the solution, and you will see that. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to everyone that I hurt and that I disappointed. And I promise to continue doing better. I promise. I have learned and taken away so much from this, and it's been so eye-opening in a way that has really changed my life. And I'll never say that I've ever dreamed of something like this, something that I did to hurt so many people. But in a way, I'm in it, and in a way I'm grateful for it, because I now know, and will keep doing whatever I can to learn more and to support those out there and be a part of the solution in all this, because there's a lot of people hurting and a lot of people angry, and rightfully so. But I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So I hope I didn't leave anything out. I am thankful for you guys who will give me the chance, and for those of you who won't just yet, I also understand that too. You have to grow trust for people, especially when someone's hurt you, but I hope that I'll be able to do that. So yeah, thank you. I guess that's what I have. I appreciate you all. I'll be better.